everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about why I started my business I.m.wear and how I did it. As always, leave a like, subscribe down below if you want to see more of me and about my high school experiences. So let's get on to the video. So skipping forward into grade 10, I took food and nutrition. It was kind of one of those easy mark classes to take, so I had a lot of friends in it. We all kind of took it to get an easy mark to boost our averages. And it was about halfway through the semester when I walked into the class one day, and at the front of the room there was one of the nurses from downstairs, which you rarely kind of see the nurses. There's about like 2 of them in the school, and they just have an office and you usually don't see them outside of there. And she was up at the front of the board, and with the smart board she had a presentation up on it, and I'm like, oh my god, we have to sit through a presentation now. Like, it was my last period of the day and I'm like, I'm so close to being done and now I have to sit through this presentation. Fun. I went and sat down with my friends at our table and she started her presentation, and it was all about anorexia, bulimia, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, okay, my mom's in health and I already kind of know about this stuff. Like, I've done my own kind of research as well, and I'm like, I know this stuff. I understand that doing any of these things isn't really gonna help you. I get it. Like, I've talked about this stuff with my mom. I don't want to sit through a whole presentation about this. It's not the funnest thing to sit and listen to. And it's kind of like one of those things that's sitting in a class full of like your peers. It's kind of awkward to talk about. But near the end, she was asking us to raise our hands to answer some questions. And she asked the class to raise your hand if there was something about yourself that you did not like. And I raised my hand. Everybody else around me raised their hand immediately. And we all kind of looked at each other and put our hand down. And then the next question was, do you have something about yourself that you like? And I kind of thought for a second. And the first thing that popped in my head was, I love my hair. Like, people always compliment me on I have such thick hair that takes to shape really well. Like, I've had my hair curled for like 3 days now and it hasn't gone out of the curl. It just holds shape really well. And I like, oh yeah, like, I love my hair. So I raised my hand for that, and I looked around and about half of the class didn't have their hands up. And there was these 2 beautiful girls in front of me, and they both looked at each other and were like, I can't think of one thing I like about myself. And to hear that, it broke my heart, honestly. To see these 2 beautiful girls in front of me, who I know that they have like, they have nice friends, like they play sports, they go out and do things, and they're these beautiful, nice girls, and they can't think of one thing they like about themselves. So after that, the presentation, she finished it up, the bell went, and we all went home. But at home, I still couldn't get it out of my head, the reality of how these girls felt. And there was some guys that I looked over and saw didn't raise their hands either. So self-worth issues aren't just women. It is more common in women, but it still affects guys as well. And all throughout the next week when I was at school, it was like my eyes had been opened. Like, I saw things that I didn't notice before. When you don't know the existence of something, you don't necessarily notice it. So realizing that I'm not the only one who has things they don't like about themselves. Yeah, I'm human. It's kind of part of human nature, sadly, is that it's very common. And so walking down the hallways, I'd see girls and they would be talking about, oh, like, I could never do that. I could never wear something like that. I could never do that. I could never look like that. I could never be that person. I could never. That was all I heard. Never. They believed that they couldn't. Or as simple as, oh my god, I look so ugly in this picture. It's such a common thing you would see and hear around the school. I would walk in, you could see people who would eat lunch by themselves. They'd sit in the library off in a corner by themselves. Or you'd see girls that had cuts on their wrists and thighs. In the summertime, being second semester, people wearing short sleeve shirts and shorts, it becomes more noticeable because it's scars, cutting scars. Yes, scars can heal, but then there's a deeper reason behind that scar. And sadly, it's very common. And sadly, I saw a lot of it. I stepped out of my own world, of what was happening in my life, my own friend zone, to look and see what was going on. And I didn't like what I saw. I wanted to do something to help these girls. I wanted to do something to help these guys. I wanted to do something that mattered. So at this time, my mom had actually been in London where we live. She was at the artisan market, which is just a market downtown that has a bunch of different booths in that. It always runs every Saturday. For about a while, she had a booth, and I had been going with her to help her out on Saturdays. I got nothing else better to do anyways, and it gave me kind of like some experience. And she's like, well, I'm here, you should do something of your own, like you could sell something. And so I had told her about what had happened with the presentation, what I had been seeing, and how being me, I'm a very empathetic person, so I understand other people's emotions and pain, and then I feel it. So that gets me really worked up. So I'm a very emotional person, and I know that. But I think of it as a blessing because it helps me connect with people, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to share. I wanted to help. So Mom and I talked about self-worth, and self-worth is a problem in almost every teenager. And sadly at that point you're still learning and growing and figuring out who you are. And the problem is, if you never figure out who you are or what you like or things about yourself, and you never become confident in yourself, that carries on throughout the rest of your life. My mom is in health, and she still has women coming in at the age 50 not knowing who they are because they got married, they had kids, their kids moved out, and then they realized, well, now what do I do? Because they don't know who they are, so they don't know what to do with themselves. It's a huge issue, and not one easy thing can solve it, but I wanted to do something that helps. So my mom and I came up with the idea that I am are two of the most important words, because what you put after them can shape your reality. So saying I am beautiful. Yeah, it's hard for people to say, but it's important to understand that yes, we are all beautiful in our own way. I wanted it to be visible, and I wanted people to wear with pride. So the idea of taking a shirt and writing I am beautiful in every way, you wear that, you show that, and you be proud of it. So that was our idea, is to wear what you want to be, so that way you're believing in it yourself, you're showing it to other people, you're being confident in that. Or even to start out, you wear that shirt, but you could wear a sweater over it so like no one would see it. But it's the idea of doing it for yourself. Become confident in yourself and who you are. At the same time, each shirt I made gemstone bracelets to match. So each gemstone has a quality that it portrays, and it has an energy behind it. So each shirt has a matching bracelet. This green one I'm wearing is I am beautiful in every way. So it is the stone peridot. The stone peridot is the gemstone of lightness and beauty. So it's supposed to allow you to connect more with the earth and to allow your earthly beauty and your true self to shine through. Because it is your true self that is beautiful. Because beautiful is unique. Each person is unique. And it's your uniqueness and your individuality that is beautiful. So for me, the shirt I am beautiful in every way and the matching bracelet, that was the very first one that came to mind that I wanted to do. So we slowly started developing a list of words. I am worthy, I am limitless, I am unstoppable. And started getting them printed out on shirts. And we had basic ones like the one I'm wearing, which is normally white, but I tie-dyed it to show all the colors. And I took them to the market with my mom, and we expanded our booth to a bigger booth, which ironically we got that week. Usually you're on like a waiting list for someone to leave and you to get a bigger booth space that we could share. But it was meant to be, I believe. We came in and we got the booth and we set up and we started to sell there. So I have designs that I've designed myself, and I have about 7 or 8 shirts. So there's ones that are like, I am beautiful in every way, I am worthy, I am limitless, I am unstoppable. We wanted men to be able to wear the shirts as well. So certain words are in men's sizing as well. That would be the I am limitless, I am courageous, and I am unstoppable. Men seem to like those ones. And then I expanded into sweatpants and sweaters. So the sweatpants have I am unstoppable and I am limitless on them. So that has led me to where I am today. I wanted to, now that I'm done high school, share my stories, share what I've learned in high school. I believe in sharing your story. It helps others to open up and share theirs. So just like my slogan for i.m.wear, the purpose is to wear what you want to wear, believe in yourself, and be who you want to be. To help me start i.m.wear, I actually applied this summer of when I ended grade 10 to the Summer Company program in London, which is a government-funded program. So I applied and I ended up getting accepted. So it gave me a grant that I could use the money towards helping start my business. So paying for the clothing and what I needed to make the bracelets and things like that. And then it had workshops that I'd go to in the summer talking about marketing and all those kind of things that I had no idea about and still not the greatest knowledge on, but I'm trying. So that was a great help getting my business going. And then since then I've done a few public school talks, been in a few markets. Like, it's just every little thing can help. And I did this because I wanted to help. I wanted to make a difference. I know what it's like to be insecure about yourself. Specifically for me, it was my weight. I'm a bigger set girl, I would say. I carry a lot of weight in my hips and thighs and my upper arms. I always have. But it's part of myself. I can't really change it. I've just learned to embrace it. Because remember, it's not always about finding out who you are, but more figuring out who you want to be. I was 15, 16 when I was trying to start this up. I had taken a break a bit in grade 12 because I had a lot of health problems, which, talking about my high school experiences, once I reach grade 12, you'll hear about that. But now this year that I'm out, I'm starting it back up. I want to get going, and I want to get out there to empower people again, because not only women but men need to be empowered as well. I want to help because confidence and self-empowerment, self-love is so important to a person, but you don't really realize how much it affects you, because it affects your confidence. And confidence can help with so many things. It can help with getting a job, because in an interview you are more confident in yourself and your abilities. Being confident may help you be more expressive about yourself, so you can be confident in going out and being who you are, doing what you want to do. When you hang out with friends, you can be yourself. And when you're more confident, you're happier, because you're not worrying about, do people like me? Do people like who I am, how I act, how I look? You have to be confident in yourself. You have to empower yourself. And only looking at my life and the struggles I have and realizing, yeah, we all share these, so why not help each other? The best we can do is understand that we are human. We struggle, we have problems, but by helping one another, we can overcome them together. So i.m.wear is my way of reaching out to other people and saying, I'm here, I want to help, I understand. A big important thing for me is I wanted my brand, my company, to be Canadian. I am Canadian, I'm proud to be Canadian. I love Canada. So I wanted my clothing to portray that as well. I didn't want it to come from China or somewhere off far away that it's like, I don't know where it's coming from. I order my clothing blank, so nothing on it, just the clothing itself, from a company called Jericho, which is Canadian made. And then once I get those shipment in, I take them to my printer and I send them my designs, and we discuss how I want it laid out on the shirt and how I want it printed. Same for sweatpants and sweaters. And as well, I get my beads and my little metal plates for my hearts and my stamps. So I stamp my bracelets myself. I put them together and get my shirts from the printers and then sell it from that way. So remember, I am are two of the most important words, for what you put after them shapes your reality. One thing about women too is, yes, I order my shirts to be white. I do have some blue and black shirts, but a lot of them are white because the color pops so much better on white. But if you don't like wearing the white, there's so many things you can do with it. The white gives you the opportunity to do anything. I think of the shirt being white as a canvas. So you can do whatever you want to it to make it unique, to make it your own. So for me, for this one, I like tie-dye. I like all the different colors. There's so many possibilities. So this one, I did like a swirl starting from the emblem here. But on my website as well, I do have a page called It's Your Canvas. And it just shows some of the ideas that I've done before too to shirts. Because the most important thing about, if you want to wear one of the words, if you want to wear a shirt that says I am free, I am perfectly imperfect, I am who I am, the most important thing about that is wearing it for you. So make it your own. Make it unique, just like you are. So question of the week would be, what do you love about yourself? Leave a comment down below letting me know. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. And as always, remember, wear what you want to wear, be who you want to be, and never stop loving yourself. XO, Summer. You are the most important thing in your life. No one else is going to look after or care for you like you can, so take care of yourself. Also, if you would like to purchase some i.m.wear, I'll leave the link to the website down in the description box. i.m.wear, because I am amazing!